Each of us has a personalized learning style that has been molded by our experiences and our needs. So David Kolb identifies 9 different styles that add joy, satisfactions, and that'll even address the different challenges in life and in learning. The unique approach used by Kolb is that everyone can use each of these learning styles in different situations. In fact, varying experiences may require different learning approaches. Additionally, these learning styles can be developed. Lastly, Kolb posits that each of these 9 learning styles represent a whole person, so the complete and developed individual will possess that ability to access and use each of these different 9 styles. So let's take a moment and look at each of these styles. The first of these learning styles is the experiencing learning style. So if you prefer the experiencing style, you're going to be really good at connecting with other people, especially in creating deep relationships. You tend to be insightful, empathetic, warm, and even engaging. You express your emotions, and that's really comfortable for you. You are present and mindful. You engage in whatever is going on around you. This mindfulness is really going to then pull into your 5 senses. You love to be able to touch, see, hear, taste, and even smell things. So you will really prefer to do anything that is going to involve those 5 senses. The strengths of the experiencing style is that you're going to be able to establish really good and trusting relationships. You're going to be involved and engaged. You connect personally, especially within communication, and you're comfortable with emotions. Your preferred learning environment is going to be something that's going to be conversational and lively, natural settings, and environments that are going to be very rich in stimuli and in stimulating those senses. So if your preference is to use the imagining style, it means that you're sensitive to the feelings of yourself and for others. You have an incredible ability for empathy, and you have an ability to listen. You recognize patterns. You see them quickly, even in your interactions, in your experiences, and even in your relationships. And you are able then to take that and make meaning from them. You tend to be more comfortable leaving things open than narrowing down your options. Your strengths are that you're great at generating new ideas, you demonstrate empathy, you seek the opinions of others, and you're capable of imagining new possibilities. The preferred learning environment is that you enjoy lively places, conversational spaces, you like natural settings, and you're going to like anything that's going to really enrich your stimulation and involve those 5 senses. In the reflecting style, you really like the opportunity to ponder, reflect, and mull things over. So honestly, the thing that's going to cause you the greatest stress is going to be the word now. You do not like anything to happen in the now because you like to have opportunities for really great sustained contemplation. You like to dive into your thoughts and observations and mull over information from all perspectives. You're going to have that deeper meaning that comes from the obvious. You tend to be a great observer and you understand very much. You find it easy to be sensitive to the feelings and needs of others, and you tend to be quiet in groups of people because you're always looking and observing what's going on. You also like to be insightful. You're insightful of what's going on inside of yourself and how the experiences are affecting you. Now, given the opportunity, you would really prefer to have deep observations and conversations one-on-one so that you really have that opportunity to take your time. Your greatest strengths are that you listen with an opening mind. You like to gather information from a variety of sources. You can identify problems and issues. You can view issues from different perspectives. Your preferred learning environment is going to be more of a solitary environment. You're going to like any kind of space that will allow you to journal and use rich visual imagery and auditory stimulation. You like environments that are going to allow for contemplation, creation, and discovery. And you really do like to pursue independent projects. So the reflecting style is going to be more of a learning style that prefers to learn alone and solitary than in large groups. In the analyzing style, You like to have ways that you can organize and systemize information. You love to look at a lot of information and put it into some kind of organizational manner. Your ideal way of learning is to plan ahead. You like to minimize any kind of mistakes because you're going to use structured and methodical approaches. You like control, restraint, and organization. You like an objective stance, and you do not like emotions. So you're going to choose learning that's going to be more data and objective than to be more emotional. You're comfortable in research conditions, and you would really prefer to stay away from any kind of messy relationships or any kind of group interactions. Your strengths are that you are like to plan ahead to minimize mistakes. You organize information. You enjoy getting the full picture. You are great in analyzing data, and you use theories and models to explain. Your preferred learning environment is going to be a quiet environment. You like very few distractions, and you're going to want a solitary space that's going to allow for more detailed work. The thinking learning style is known for being disciplined. They're going to be disciplined in abstract and logical reasoning. They like to remove themselves from any kind of emotions and specific situations. They prefer to work alone. They are predictable, dependable. They're going to look for inconsistencies and weaknesses in other people's works. They're described as being skeptical, structured, linear, and control. And they also can detect a problem from any kind of mile away. Their strength is that they can use data to analyze situations and solutions. They can frame arguments with logic. They use critical thinking for objective communication, and they can make independent judgments. Their preferred learning environments are going to be anything that is predictable. They like a controlled environment. They like alone time. They like space that is going to be quiet and will have few distractions. The deciding style is going to be one that's going to identify the best option from many different ones, and they're going to use it or create it from available facts. They are focused, committed, they measure progress toward their goals, and they like to drive efficiency. They determine the standards and criteria for success, and they like to be able to complete things. If things don't go as planned, they're going to look for critical feedback so that they can make the necessary adjustments. Their strengths are that they find solutions to problems, they're committed to goals, they make decisions, they're problem solvers, they like to take a stand, and even in controversial areas. Their preferred learning environment is one that's an uncluttered, organized space. They like to be efficient, they like ergonomically designed spaces, and they like to have an environment that is conducive to completing their projects. The acting learning style is assertive. It's goal-directed. It likes to get things done. They implement, execute, coordinate, and they drive action to reach a goal. They are going to be great at leading teams because they care about completing tasks and also meeting needs. They are on time, achievement-oriented, and they tend to be fearless. They also tend to have a checklist of items that need to be done. They are assertive, dynamic, and they always will try again until they get things right. Their strengths are that they meet deadlines, they find ways to take things happen, they are goal-oriented, they like to achieve results, and they implement plans even if they have limited reinforcements or resources. Their preferred learning environment is something that's very dynamic, exciting. They like work environments that are going to lead them to have some kind of achievement and will have a reward at the end. So the initiating style is a style that really likes to start things. They're the starters, although they're not very good at being the finishers. They do not like details, but they do like having others around who can finish them for them. They are fast-paced and they like to move quickly. They're rapid. They're optimistic. They love possibilities. They thrive in social interactions. They love networking, outgoing, energetic, and courageous, and they're proud of their accomplishments. They are going to have strengths that are going to be flexible. They're adaptable. They change to conditions and contexts. They like to influence and motivate others. They recognize new opportunities, and they quickly bounce back from any kind of setbacks. Their preferred learning styles are real-life situations. They prefer environments that are going to give them group interactions, working with others, networking, and they like to have spaces that are going to be creative and allow them places where they can promote an idea and get it done when they desire. So the last one is called the balancing style. The balancing style is going to move between acting, reflecting, feeling, and thinking as a situation demands. It may have a preference for all the other learning styles, and they're able to quickly change and match that context and what the learning experience requires. They see the value in all the different styles and personality learning types. They're able to help other people and to be able to actually take a perspective and to be able to fill in the gaps as needed. Sometimes it's a little confusing to be with them because they tend to be more flexible and changing than stable. Their capabilities is that they can identify the blind spots, they can bridge differences between people, they can shift their priorities quickly as required or as needed, and they are very resourceful. Their preferred learning environment is that they do prefer quiet, organized, and solitary environments when they are using the reflecting, analyzing, or thinking styles, even deciding styles. However, when they are working within experiencing, imagining, acting, and initiating, they're going to want a more social and stimulating environment.